All right, great Patriots. Thank you so much for joining us here at Golden State Times. We'd like to give a big thank you to everyone that is already sharing the live stream. Thank you so much for your help and your support. We need more help now more than ever before. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. YouTube is always broken, but there's some good days and some bad days, and today is a really, really bad day when it comes to YouTube. I don't know what is going on. But we want to give a big thank you to the Great Informer for your help and your support through Super Chat. And we also want to give a big thank you to Brad G for your help and your support through Emoji Super Chat. Thank you so much, Great Patriots. As you guys can see, folks, this live stream has no ads. It's 100% ad-free here at Golden State Times. And that all comes at the help and the support of Patriots, just like Brad and also the Great Informer, helping us out through Super Chat, and also to all the Patriots who have the Trump hats next to their name in the chat. Those are our sponsors. We don't have huge corporations sponsoring us. We have Patriots just like you sponsoring us. So thank you so much for your help and your support to all the Patriots with the Trump hat next to their name in the chat. Because of you, we're able to live stream this event to Patriots all over the country and all over the world. President Trump is set to deliver his news conference in just a few moments. This was not on the schedule. President Trump likes to tell us about these news conferences at the last second, you know? So he always likes to keep us on our toes. So we are ready to go for President Trump here at Golden State Times. We'll be switching over to the White House in just a few moments. As we get ready to go for President Trump, make sure that you guys please share the live stream on social media, and don't forget to click that thumbs up button. It helps us out a lot, folks. You cannot believe. If you share the live stream on Twitter, we'll give you a shout out as a thank you for your help and your support. Once again, we'll be switching over to the White House in just a few moments as we get ready to go for President Trump. But in the chat, let me know, did you get notified by YouTube? We uploaded the Kayleigh McEnany Q&A earlier today, and nobody got notified for that. Some Patriots got notified for the live stream earlier, which was good. That's a very good thing. But nobody got notified for the video uploads. And also, YouTube is going to make a lot of changes when it comes to notifications. They're going to stop notifying people through email because they're saying that not enough people, like less than 1% of subscribers throughout the whole website, the whole thing, are opening up those email notifications. So they're taking those off. And who knows what they're going to do with push notifications, the one that you get directly to your phone. As some of you guys know, we got banned from sending text message notifications by T-Mobile and Sprint. But Verizon was not that far away. They were starting to do the exact same thing. So for the time being, we have to suspend sending text message notifications. So right now we're sending email notifications, but Patriots do not open them at the exact same rate as they do text messages. So we're going to have to see how we can send those text message notifications and bypassing the censorship when it comes to these mobile carriers, because they're the ones that are blocking it. They don't even allow it to go out into their networks. They just block it from the very beginning. So we push send and it gives us an error. That's how it happens. So we have suspended the text message notifications with the number 555-888. We're going to see if maybe we can get another service or do it on our own. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's taking a while, but I'm trying to figure out how I can send out those text message notifications to Patriots who really relied on them. But I apologize. I don't know what's going on with Sprint and T-Mobile blocking us from being able to send those. I thought it was because we were sending way too many. We were sending between 200,000 to 400,000 text messages a month. 200 to 400,000, depending on how many speeches President Trump did a day. We were sending between 200,000 text messages to 400,000 text messages, and it was costing us an immense amount of money, but we did not care. We did not care because we knew that Patriots liked getting the text message notifications to let them know that President Trump is live. But now that these services have blocked us, we don't know what to do. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas, let me know. Send me an email at gent, Gent, at goldenstatetimes.com. Gent at goldenstatetimes.com. Send me an email if you have any ideas of how we can get these notifications out there, since YouTube is planning to just make them go away altogether. So who knows what's going to happen. But thank you so much for choosing Golden State Times as your stream of choice. We'll be switching over to the White House in just a few moments. We want to give a big thank you to Sluggo3Slug. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat. Emoji Super Chat that says, how's it going? Well, it's going very well, but I wish it was going even better, but YouTube is just making it difficult for us. We also like to give a big thank you to the Great Informer for your help and your support through Super Chat. All right, folks. So before we switch over to the White House, we're going to be checking Twitter to see if anyone is sharing the live stream on social media. If you joined us for the Kayleigh McEnany press briefing earlier, thank you so much for being awesome. And coming back to Golden State Times for President Trump's news conference, we want to give a big thank you to Catherine for your help and your support. Also, Tina Angelo, thanks so much for your help. Great Patriot. Gulf Coast Granny, thanks so much for your support. Just JSL, thanks so much for your help sharing the stream. Simone333, thanks so much for your help and your support. Patriot. Carol Talloway, thanks so much for your help and your support. Silly Lunch Lady, thanks so much for your help and your support sharing the stream. Lights on, Suns Up, thanks so much for sharing the stream. We also want to give a big thank you to T-Rex8869 and Ton Fitton for President. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. We want to give a big thank you to Bruce. Thanks so much, Bruce, for your continued support. Great Patriot. T Gage, thanks so much for your support. Michelle Battistone, thanks so much for your continued support. Great Patriot. Destiny Fiona and Deb926, thanks so much for sharing the stream. We also want to give a big thank you to Woke Outlaw and Rebel Videos. Thanks so much for sharing the stream, Great Patriot. Todd, thanks so much, Todd, for sharing the stream. Also, Barry Gabbard, thanks so much for sharing the stream. Also, folks, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Gold State Times, that we keep you up to date on everything that is going on in politics. We break news, we give scoops, we updates, everything. Everything goes onto our Twitter. We're very active on Twitter, so make sure you guys follow us at Gold, not Golden, Gold State Times. I want to give a big thank you to Russell for sharing the stream, and Dorothy Webster. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. We also want to give a big thank you to Juan Benedito, I apologize. Juan Benedito. We also want to give a big thank you to Vin New Design and 0 o'clock. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. Also, Raymond Yoss, I believe. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. But thank you so much, Raymond. We also want to give a big thank you to the Mirror 1111 and Nick. Thanks so much, Nick, for sharing the stream. We want to give a big thank you to Judy Crandall. Thank you so much, Judy, for sharing the stream. All right, folks, we also like to give a big thank you to Dynamic Zwan. I hope I said that right. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. Josh Hallam and Julie Shake. Thanks so much for your continued support, Great Patriot. Thank you so much to Barton Hannah and also to Stands with the Beer for sharing the stream. Ambassador of Truth and Beth K. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Really Ruthie. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. And we also want to give a big thank you to Armor Cat for sharing the stream, and Patriot United BU. Thanks so much for sharing the stream. Charles Wheeler, thanks so much. David Montgomery, thanks so much, Great Patriot. Callie Marie, thanks so much for sharing the stream. And Robert O'Neill. We also have Sergio Cabadas. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Barb Sheldon, thanks so much for sharing the stream. We also want to give a big thank you to Evie Joan 2009 for sharing the stream. We want to give a big thank you to Susie Q and William for sharing the stream. All right, folks, so we do have footage from the White House, and we're also going to check if the hot mic is on. But just give me a minute as I switch over to the White House in just a few moments here. Thanks so much for being the best part of Golden State Times. Let's check if we have the hot mic on. If not, we'll be turning it on in just a few moments. But we definitely have the footage from the White House, where President Trump is set to deliver his press conference. We want to give a big thank you to Rihanna for your help and your support through Super Chat. All of those Super Chats helps us live stream here on YouTube. Because of you, we're able to live stream to patriots all over the country and all over the world. All right, folks. So this is live footage from the White House. And we are going to be checking for the hot mic in just a few moments as we get ready to go for President Trump. So make sure you guys please share the live stream on social media. And don't forget to click the thumbs up button. It helps us out a lot when you guys click the thumbs up button and you say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. Say hello in the chat and enjoy, because President Trump is set to come out very soon. All right, folks. So it looks like the hot mic is on. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Too many things happening at the exact same time. All right. So I think we have the hot mic on. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Make sure you get a good picture of me. I will. Huh? I'll send you one. Yeah. Yeah. Whose camera is this? Where do you mean? That's right in the middle where he would come out. Right here? Yeah. Up, back, front, right?
All right, folks. So we have some new members here. I apologize that I haven't been checking out. I wanted to make sure that we got the hot mic going. I want to give a big thank you to Wendy R. for your help and your support. Also, Dan Espinoza, thanks so much for becoming a new member, believing in Golden State Times, and supporting the free press. We also want to give a big thank you to Rihanna for your help and your support through emoji super chat. And we also like to give a big thank you to David. I cannot pronounce your last name, David, and I apologize for that, but thank you so much, David Stoder. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for becoming a new member, believing in Golden State Times, and supporting the free press. We also want to give a big thank you to Judy Alvarez. Thank you so much, Judy, for your help and your support through Super Chat. Because of you guys, we're able to live stream this event to patriots all over the country and all over the world. But most importantly, thank you so much for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. All right, folks. So I'd like to give a big thank you to Christopher Blackwell. Thanks so much for your support through Super Chat. Also, Tales from the Crypto. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat, Great Patriot. Emoji Super Chat. Thank you so much for your help and your support. We also like to give a big thank you and a welcome to Alexis Garcia. Thank you so much, Great Patriot, for becoming a new member, believing in Golden State Times, and supporting the free press. Now, every single time that you type in the chat or in the comment section of our videos, a Trump hat will come up next to your name to let everyone know that you support the free press. We also like to give a big thank you to Amy Hopkins. Thanks so much for your help and your support, Great Patriot. We like to give a big thank you to Lena Sanchez. Thank you so much, Lena, for your help and your support through Emoji Super Chat. And we also like to give a big thank you to Amy Hopkins. Thank you so much, Amy, for your help and your support, Great Patriots. As you guys can see, this live stream has no ads. This is an ad-free experience here at Golden State Times with the help and the support of all the Patriots that are helping us through Super Chat and our members, the Patriots with the Trump hat next to their name in the chat. Because of those Patriots, we are able to live stream this event to you guys all over the country and all over the world. So thank you so much for your help and your support. If you'd like to help out Golden State Times, the best way to do it is by sharing the stream, giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel if you're new, saying hello in the chat, full stop. Thank you so much for your help and your support. But to the Patriots that are helping us out through Super Chat and through membership, because of you, Great Patriots, we're able to live stream here on YouTube and bring this event to Patriots all over the country.
No, I mean, am I up enough? You'll be fine. Yeah, because I'll zoom in, so I'll be able to get past you.
I'd like to give a big thank you to the kid, the Meep Kid. Thank you so much for your help and your support, Great Patriot. And I apologize for the last time, Great Patriot. I just, if you guys remember that, we were talking about that earlier, or was it yesterday? Thank you so much, the Meep Kid, for your help and your support, Great Patriot. I'd like to give a big thank you to Zor. Thanks so much, Zor, for your support through Super Chat. And if you guys want to read what Zor says, go ahead. It's right there on the Super Chat, folks. He's talking about learning crypto and about the Fed. So thank you so much for your help once again, Zor. Because of you, we're able to live stream this event to Patriots all over the country and all over the world. Sorry about that, folks. We needed to move it a little bit because nobody wants to see his mug.
I have no idea. Doesn't matter who it is.
Hey, Mills, can you put it here on that camera?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, folks. So we like to give a big thank you to Lena Sanchez. Thank you so much for your help and your support through emoji super chat. And we also like to give a big thank you to Robin Morgan. Thanks so much for your help through emoji super chat. Thanks so much, Great Patriot, for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We also like to give a big thank you to Monray Antiperspirant. Thank you so much for your help and your support through emoji super chat. Thanks so much for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We'd like to give a big thank you to Zen Anon Today. Thank you so much for your help and your support through super chat. Believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. I'd like to give a big thank you to Patriot Gold Prospecting. Thanks so much for your help and your support through Super Chat. Thanks so much for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. Also, like to give a big thank you to Stephen B. Good. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press.
Ali. Yeah. Back there? Yeah. What's up?
All right, give me a second, folks. The hot mic will be back in a second. We just want to make sure that the hot mic is a little bit higher than what it is now. That way, everybody is able to hear what's going on, and we'll go on from there. So just give me a second as the hot mic comes back online. There we go. Now that is a hot mic. Fixed it.
We'll be having a press conference at 5:45. See you in 15 minutes. What did Church say?
All right, folks.
See us at 5:45. 5:45.
We'd like to give a big thank you to Patriot Scuttlebutt. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat. Thank you so much for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We also want to give a big thank you to Thor Forns. Thanks so much for your help and your support through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. And Thor says, love your president. Love from Norway. That is awesome. Worldwide, folks. Worldwide. That is what we do here at Golden State Times.
It used to go for like 2 hours. I was gonna say yeah. I don't think he does that anymore. I think he's on like honestly. He just wants to like get a message together. Yeah.
I know some people in the chat keep on saying, oh, you know, put so-and-so up front or put a so-and-so. What about Golden State Times? Are you guys forgetting that we're a news network? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We want to give a big thank you to Visibly Invisible. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We want to give a big thank you to Cannabis Cuisine for your help and your support through Super Chat. Thanks so much, Great Patriot, for your continued support, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. The Meep Kid, thank you so much for your help and your support, Great Patriot, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We also want to give a big thank you to William. Thanks so much, William Mastro Giovanni. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat.
What's the deal?
What's the deal?
What do you think? Am I wrong?
No.
She seems to have coached.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Do you know where she's from? Is that her times or?
No, it's not equal. One family member, one. No. Another thing. That's another person. I'm going to say.
What's it?
Her seat's right there. Her seat's right there.
Yeah, no.
Yes. Wait, who's on that?
We want to give a big thank you to Amy Hopkins. Thanks so much, Amy, for your help and your support through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We also like to give a big thank you to Peter. Thanks so much, Peter. And with the emoji Super Chat that says #1 fan. Thanks so much, Peter, for your help and your support, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We would like to give a big thank you to Linda204. Thanks so much, Linda, for your help and your support, Great Patriot, for believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press through Super Chat. We would like to give a big thank you to Stefan Be Good. Thanks so much for your kind words through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We'd like to give a big thank you to Valerie Rogers. Thank you so much for your help and your support through Super Chat. And Valerie says, "My mainstream media lies. Love GST." Thank you so much for your kind words and your support. Uh-oh, messing with the hot mic again. Messing with the hot mic again. Oh boy, here we go again, folks. Just like the last news conference that we had. The hot mic will be back in just a few moments. They can't keep a good stream down. They just can't do it. Sorry, fake news.
Which other avocados on your socks?
There are avocados. From Mexico.
Oh, no, no. You have to sit here.
My daughter's one. Feels like Father's Day present probably.
Socks, Father's Day.
Yeah.
What else you do? Yeah.
Things like that.
It's better for Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than,
Pajamas.
it's better than, you know, some of the alternatives,
No,
right?
I'm happy. Yeah.
Funky socks are good.
I'll take them.
Does it have blisters?
My kids are like, Mom, we haven't given us socks in a long time. What's up? They usually get like socks with money in them, right? When they get rolled into the socks.
That's a great.
It's my mom's. Getting socks. Really good. Great funky socks. Very nice.
Next Father's Day, they better be stuffed with some cash.
There you go.
Some issues.
Great. Are these coins? Coins are good.
Something.
Depends how old your daughter is.
Checks.
They're so cute. They get so excited when you wear this stuff.
Do you want me to take a picture of you? Here. I will. Come on.
No, it's okay.
Here, listen, this is the sort of thing we can make up like
That's true. That's true.
All right, folks, so we'd like to give a big thank you to Doc Ride for your help and your support through Super Chat. We also like to welcome a new member, Al Robbins. Thanks so much for becoming a new member, believing Golden State Times, and supporting the free press. We also like to give a big thank you to Vince5150. Thank you so much for your help and your support, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We'd like to give a big thank you to Fotsy85. Thank you so much for becoming a new member, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We'd like to give a big thank you to Linda204 for your help and your support through Super Chat, believing in Golden State Times and supporting the free press. We'd like to give a big thank you to Floyd Thompson for your help and your support through Emoji Super Chat that says, good job. Thank you so much for your help and your support.
4 minutes.
Have you got? It's it two?
Always two.
You know that. Two, it's always two. Two.
2 weeks, 2 minutes.
Is there a, in your like typing the transcription program, is there like a, do you have a, I don't know, what's the like an audited shortcut? That's what I'm looking for 2 weeks.
Shortcut for everything.
I wish I could do that on my phone. You're just like, gee, great, awesome.
You can. Yeah, you can find an auto replace.
I'm gonna get rid of that Pinterest really quickly while I'm tweeting.
It's also a fun price to play on someone. Change like the yes to like absolutely not or something. Have like eat one food and then yeah, have one. They won't lose their phone with it.
What was the replacement?
Yeah. I used to do it to my mom. change like the no to a yes, like, hey, you want pizza tonight? And it would change automatically to yes. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom, you're so great. Yes. No.
It's a great trick.
Probably working with the one.
Sorry, guys. Someone will wake me up here like a press briefing.
You love the 545?
I was going strong at 5:30. No, it's
Really?
5:45.
Within 15 minutes.
How are you?
I still feel so bad about your car from last night. It's
Don't remind me.
so
I almost forgot.
Herbert
I almost forgot. No, I traced battery writing a couple of stories out of this room. So we got this back in late later than I expected.
Yeah.
And then I sat in my car. Because they're shutting it down. Happily.
Was anyone looking? Yeah, we were,
I walked.
They'll get the special thing. Some people, they and stuff, they help out.
They were sympathetic, but they
Do you
are
have,
not
do you mind like sending, do you have like notes or like structures out?
I waved the light.
Yeah.
It's like, can I help them, like, maybe let them in, or like, next. You have to call this one.
yeah, there's like one.
But you know this.
So Michael Scheer, actually, this happened to him, and he told us all the story yesterday
Just let me
as
know
we
if the
were
timeline.
at JVA about how he had the same thing happen to him. Only one like dude was allowed onto the base.
Right,
And if you don't have that guy,
It's Andrew's towing. And the guy's like, he's enormous. And his pants were barely hanging on. I was like,
Especially because it's close to time.
it's 2 in the morning.
and then have you had
Comes
to
up
call
like
him?
midday or whatever.
Yeah, so we all met at the, the overhang, and we motorcade through, and the car broke down literally as I got to the gate, and would not move anymore. It just shut down. So like I went to slow down, and I hit the gas, and nothing happened.
And the James died.
The guy's like, you gotta move this out of the way. I'm like, dude, the part doesn't work. And then we were running late, and so I was like, I'm leaving it here. I was like, you can't leave it here. I said, I'm leaving it here. And I got my stuff, and I called the PA out. And the guy said, here, the guy ran over and said, call this number, and we'll close the gate, and then when they come and tow it, this
So
is who you
it's
call.
Andrew's.
Whoever it was, yeah.
I've got my number on speed dial now, in case whatever happens again, which I.
I don't think I've ever been more stressed in my life. Must have been 3 years ago.
So is the Jeep.
I bought my car the next day.
Oh, it wasn't the Jeep.
It was, no, it was my other car.
Yeah.
You just did.
Yeah, I was like, when I broke down, I paid it.
3 years ago?
Yeah, literally like,
Did you ditch it?
yeah, oh, well, I took it to get it fixed, and the guy's like, you need to do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, what do I need to do to get running? And he's like, oh, you just gotta do this, do that. And I brought it to the Jeep dealership, I'm like, all right, let's make it.
So now, how long will the car stay running?
Listen, I mean, I wasn't there that long.
Yeah.
I think my battery is near the end.
Okay.
Because the guy said, if you.
No, I did, 'cause I got on the
He
plane.
said it looked like it was an original.
And then where was it?
My car is a 2015.
They towed it to like,
You know, it could be 6 years old. And some of the 2015.
It's just some size.
And he said it looks like the original.
I just like, the guy's literally running out.
I just
He's like,
make it, it was, I just like. I kept really neat. But then it was.
Yeah, it runs after the
But wait.
That is our express one.
self-isolate 2 weeks after you retire.
Whose policy is this, the RNC's?
Whatever the RNC said, there's like a couple of in that shit. You
Well.
can't do your job.
Well, that is, at this point, technically possible, right?
I felt like that was something. Like that. Shit.
Here's the opposite circumstance. Yes. You. Yeah. Is that you or me? It's next year. Oh, is it yours? Verizon, the new Verizon. Is it yours? No. Well, I think it says. I'm put mine there just so you could use it or ask for it. Oh, sorry. No. It's like we're talking with masks on. I know. Maybe we can't do that. Crazy. What do you mean if you're filing one?
I'm filing.
Oh, well, if you're not,
got my big day on.
if you're filing, let me just pull one out and I'll slide on it. Okay.
Just file for the best. Done. Chris, you left your screen on.
Battery's not gonna last.
It should last. There's two batteries in
It's
it.
flashing the red battery.
It keeps giving a notification that it's low battery.
Chris.
It's over. Hey, Chris, we'll just talk to each other. During the thing, we'll just, whatever, it's easy.
Should be one of the brighter spare batteries. Yeah. Exactly.
It's not like we haven't done this before.
Sir, that's.
Two-minute warning.
There it is.
All right, folks, 2-minute warning. Make sure you guys go and get your coffees, your teas, your everything that you guys need. President Trump should be coming out momentarily. 2-minute warning.
How's that? You must be really wide. Same spot every day.
All right, folks, Patriots. President Trump is on his way to the door, and he should be coming out any second now. Oh, here we go. Here we go, folks.
Thank you very much. Before I provide an update on our continued progress against the China virus, I'd like to discuss our latest actions against the Iranian regime. Today, I'm directing the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, to notify the UN Security Council that the United States intends to restore virtually all of the previously suspended United Nations sanctions on Iran. It's a snapback, not uncommon. 2 years ago, I withdrew the United States from the disastrous Iran nuclear deal, which was a product of the Obama-Biden foreign policy failure, a failure like few people have seen in terms of the amount of money we paid for absolutely nothing and a short-term deal. This deal funneled tens of billions of dollars to Iran, 150 billion to be exact, plus 1.8 billion in cash, which I don't know that the president had the authority to give, but gave 1.8 billion in cash. Just another great deal that turned out to be a total disaster that would have funded all of the chaos and the bloodshed and the terror in the region and all throughout the world. And I won't say anything because I don't like saying it, but Iran doesn't have so much money to give to the world anymore, to the terrorists, to give to Al-Qaeda and various other groups of people that they were funding. They have to keep their own regime together, and it's not easy for them. And if and when I win the election, within the first month, Iran will come to us, and they are going to be asking for a deal so quickly because they are doing very poorly. But that deal was a disaster. $150 billion, $1.8 billion in cash. And we got nothing except a short-term little deal. A short-term, expiring. It's starting to expire already. It's terminated, but it would have, if we didn't terminate it, start to expire very shortly. A good deal was the deal we made with UAE and Israel. And by the way, other countries, I will tell you now, want to come into that deal. Countries that you wouldn't even believe want to come into that deal. And all of a sudden, you're going to have peace in the Middle East. And you couldn't have done it with this ridiculous Iran nuclear deal, as they call it, that President Obama made, along with Sleepy Joe Biden. I imposed the toughest ever sanctions on Iran. And this has caused great difficulty for them, giving money to terrorist organizations. And if they do, they'll have hell to pay. Earlier this year, I ordered the strike that took out the world's #1 terrorist, Qasem Soleimani, in addition to previously terminating leader and founder of ISIS, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the two leading terrorists by far in the world. The founder of ISIS, nobody even talks about that. And we also defeated, we now have 100% of the ISIS caliphate in Syria. When I took over, it was a mess. It was a total mess. They were all over the place. My administration will not allow this Iran nuclear situation to go on. They will never have a nuclear weapon. Iran will never have, mark it down, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. When the United States entered into the Iran deal, it was clear that the United States would always have the right to restore the UN sanctions that will prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapon. We paid a fortune for a failed concept and a failed policy, a policy that would have made it impossible to have peace in the Middle East. Here at home, through Operation Legend, we are confronting the wave of crime in Democrat-run American cities. That's absolutely shocking. When you look at Portland or New York, San Francisco, Seattle, Chicago, sometimes Los Angeles, Democrat-run cities, they're a mess because they don't get it. Either they don't get it or there's something that nobody else understands. We've deployed more than 1,000 additional federal agents to help these Democrat-run disasters. We just have done this. We have to give them a hand. And we can stop it immediately, like Portland would be so easy to stop. We'd stop it immediately. We only sent in some Homeland people who are great, by the way, to save the courthouse because it would have been blown up or burned down. And they did that very easily. But if we were called upon, we would send in, whether it's Homeland, whether it's FBI, whether it's just law enforcement, and we'd send them in quickly. We would eradicate it just like happened in Minneapolis. As soon as they were called in, they should have been called in a lot sooner. You would have had far less damage. Today we announced that Operation Legend has successfully resulted in nearly 1,500 arrests already. Bad ones, really bad people. Prosecutions and prison sentences will follow, and they'll be a very long time in prison for what they've done to these cities. Most cities are well run, most of the nation is well run, and the areas that we're talking about are all, in all cases, run by Democrats, usually radical left-leaning Democrats, like in New York or in Portland. We've made arrests in Kansas City, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Memphis, and Albuquerque for many violent crimes, including gun crimes, arson, and 91 murders. We're also using the full power of the federal government to defeat, as you know, the China virus. New cases have declined in 80% of the jurisdictions in the past week. 80%. New Zealand, by the way, had a big outbreak. And other countries that were held up to try and make us look not as good as we should look, because we've done an incredible job, but they're having a lot of outbreaks, but they'll be able to put them out, and we put them out. The hospitalization rate has fallen in our country, 54% since its peak in April, 54%. Older Americans are still the most vulnerable to the virus. 92% of deaths have occurred among those 55 and older. Only 2.7% of deaths have occurred among those 44 years. Think of that, 44 years and younger. So 44 years old and younger, only 2.7% of deaths have occurred. And many of those people had pre-existing conditions, they had problems, heart, diabetes, and other problems, but many of those. So think of that, only 2.7% under 44 years of age. Excess mortality in Europe this year is 33% higher than the United States. Evidence that the tragic cost of this virus is higher in other Western nations. South Korea, you've been reading about South Korea doing well. Well, they just had a very big breakout, but they'll be able to solve the problem. We must all remain vigilant and continue to exercise extreme caution around those at highest risk. As we know, multiple colleges and universities announced that they would suspend in-person teaching. Now, we have learned one thing. There's nothing like campus. There's nothing like being with the teacher as opposed to being on a computer board. It's been proven a lot better. It's a lot better. The iPads are wonderful, but you're not going to learn the same way you do by being there. So, nevertheless, certain colleges and universities have announced that they would suspend the in-person teaching. For older people and individuals with underlying conditions, the China virus is very dangerous, but for university students, the likelihood of severe illness is less than or equal to the risk of a seasonal flu. And the seasonal flu happens and comes and it goes, and it can be very bad, but people don't talk about it in the same way, and they shouldn't. But if you look at that, the odds are less than or equal to. Instead of saving lives, the decision to close universities could cost lives. It is significantly safer for students to live with other young people than to go home and spread the virus to older Americans. Makes sense? And the shutdown thing is causing tremendous depression for those places that are still shut down. You look at certain areas that, in all cases, Democrat run, still shut down, and the numbers there aren't even good, but causing tremendous depression, suicide, drugs, alcohol, abuse. A lot of problems are being caused. Probably far more, I would say, Scott, than is caused by the virus itself, now that we understand the virus. Colleges should take reasonable precautions. Students who feel sick should not attend class and should limit social interaction as they would for any other illness. And universities should implement measures to protect the high-risk students or professors and teachers. The ultimate goal of testing is to prevent transmission in high-risk settings and to prevent transmission, period, but especially in nursing homes, and to care for the vulnerable and our elderly, which really fit into that definition of who is vulnerable. We have tremendous unused testing capacity in our country. We have a tremendous unused testing capacity. It's something that a lot of other nations are very impressed with, they tell us. In our path forward, we will continue to follow a science-based approach to protecting the high risk while enabling healthy Americans to safely go back to work and school. Our country will be open. Our country is getting open quickly. Our stock markets are almost back to where they were prior to the China virus disaster coming in. And I want to thank you all for being here, and we'll take some questions. Yeah, please.
During the pandemic, the QAnon movement appears to be gaining a lot of followers. Can you talk about what you think about that and what you have to say to people who are following this movement right now?
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much, which I appreciate. But I don't know much about the movement. I have heard that it is gaining in popularity, and from what I've heard, these are people that when they watch the streets of Portland, when they watch what happened in New York City in just the last 6 or 7 months, but this was starting even 4 years ago when I came here, almost 4 years, can you believe it? These are people that don't like seeing what's going on in places like Portland and places like Chicago and New York and other cities and states. And I've heard these are people that love our country and they just don't like seeing it. So I don't know really anything about it other than they do supposedly like me, and they also would like to see problems in these areas, like especially the areas that we're talking about, go away, because there's no reason the Democrats can't run a city. And if they can't, we will send in all of the federal, whether it's troops or law enforcement, whatever they'd like, we'll send them in, we'll straighten out their problem in 24 hours or less, okay?
Well, just real quick, at the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there. And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow. The rest of the world would follow. That's the importance of this country. And when you look at some of the things that these people are saying with defund the police and no borders, open borders, everybody just pour right into our country, No testing, no nothing. You know, you talk about testing, no testing. Mexico, as you know, has a very high rate of infection. The wall is now going to be next week 300 miles long. Our numbers are extraordinary on the border. Had that, and this is through luck, perhaps, more than talent, although the talent is getting it built when one party refuses to allow it. You don't hear talk about the wall anymore. But I will say this, we need strength in our country, not weakness. Too much weakness. Yes, John.
Mr. President, you have been very bullish on the promise of convalescent plasma to treat coronavirus. The FDA appeared to be on the brink of issuing an emergency use authorization for convalescent plasma, but after hearing from top officials at the NIH that there wasn't enough evidence to go ahead with that, the FDA has put that on pause. Your reaction to that, and do you believe that convalescent plasma should be in the arsenal of treatments for coronavirus?
Well, I hear great things about it, John. That's all I can tell you. And it could be a political decision because you have a lot of people over there that don't want to rush things because they want to do it after November 3rd. And you've heard that one before. But I've heard fantastic things about convalescent plasma. And I've heard numbers way over 50% success. And people are dying. And we should have it approved if it's good. And I'm hearing it's good. I heard from people at the FDA that it's good. So we'll see. I'm going to check that right after this conference.
My understanding that the White House will encourage the NIH and the FDA to get this out there as quickly as
possible.
possible.
Well, the numbers are as good as I'm hearing. I mean, I'm hearing over 50%, and that's very good. And we've approved certain things are at 31%, and that's okay too. That's not bad. And it's really had a tremendous impact. No, I have, you're telling me something right now that surprises me, but we'll check it out right after this.
Concerned about a delay?
I don't want delays. I don't want people dying. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President, I want to ask you about your tweet earlier today on Goodyear. It was essentially calling for a boycott on Goodyear tires. Do you want the federal government to stop buying and using Goodyear product as well? And is there anything?
I'm not happy with Goodyear because what they're doing is playing politics. And the funny thing is the people that work for Goodyear, I can guarantee you, I poll very well with all of those great workers in Goodyear. And when they say that you can't have Blue Lives Matter, you can't show a blue line, you can't wear a MAGA hat, but you can have other things that are Marxist in nature, there's something wrong with the top of Goodyear. And what the radical left does is they make it impossible for people to do business if they're Republican or if they're conservative. They put out all sorts of effort, don't shop there. They do vicious things, not so different than what you saw on the streets of Portland 2 nights ago.
What kind of boycott do you envision?
Oh, I don't know. That's up to people, but I wouldn't recommend it. If they want to hold political speech, if they want to let you not do what everybody's doing, if they want to wear a MAGA hat or if they want to wear a Blue Lives, you know what Blue Lives Matter, right? That's policemen and women. That's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing. So they're using their power over these people, and these people want to wear whatever it is that we're talking about. You know that. And so I would be very much in favor if people don't want to buy there. And you know what? They'll be able to get a good job because we set a jobs record over the last quarter, as you know, the most jobs ever in the history of our country. You'll be able to get another good jobs. I think it's disgraceful that they did this. Please, go ahead. With that.
Yes, Mr. President, you've said that the arrest of Jimmy Lai in Hong Kong is, quote, a terrible thing. Do you have a message for Jimmy Lai? Has your administration spoken directly with him? Is your State Department working for his release?
Well, I send him best wishes. I hear he's a wonderful gentleman. He's certainly a brave man, and I send him best wishes. With that being said, because of that and obviously what happened in Hong Kong, we've taken all of the vast amounts of money that we used to subsidize Hong Kong. We essentially subsidized Hong Kong by giving them all sorts of incentives. And that's what made Hong Kong, the exchange and business in Hong Kong, successful. I've taken it all back. That means that the United States is going to do a lot more business. You know, we really gave them tremendous incentive and subsidy in order that they be successful for freedom. But now that the freedom obviously seems to have been taken away, we will keep all of the incentives that we were giving them, which is billions and billions of dollars, and all of that business will come into our country, including the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, and it'll all come here. But I feel badly for him because I hear he's a good person. I don't know him, but I hear he's a good person, obviously a very brave person. Did you have something? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. With the Iraqi Prime Minister coming in tomorrow, what about
Say it.
The Iraqi Prime Minister is coming in tomorrow to meet with you, and how do you feel about this notion that Iraq can once again become the buffer between Iranian influence and Russian influence in the Middle East? Do you feel that under this Prime Minister that that's possible once again? What are your thoughts
Well,
on
this
it?
is a man that I get along with very well. We're largely out of Iraq. We're down to very few soldiers. I said we're getting out of these endless wars, these ridiculous endless wars. We should have never been there in the first place. I think it was the worst decision made in the history of our country. Should have never been there. In the Middle East, we should have never been. But we're getting out rapidly out of, over the course of 3 years. And getting out, it's very sticky getting out. And some people agree and many people don't agree. But I think most people very much agree. We're doing very well in our negotiations with Afghanistan. We're getting out. We're down to a much smaller number of people left there. And, I greet men and women coming home and coming home after they've been hit. I've also greeted many at Dover, greeted many bodies coming back in. And we've been there 19 years and we're basically policemen. We're acting as police as opposed to soldiers. And they're going to have to police their own states. And they've been doing that for thousands of years. But it's time after 19 years that our soldiers come home. They've done an incredible job, but they're not allowed to fight to win, and maybe they shouldn't be, because a lot of the people, it's not their fault. But with the Taliban and with going to Iraq again, we're down in Afghanistan, very low numbers, and that'll be taking place, and I let them know, do anything and you'll be hit like you've never been hit before. So we're doing very well. Syria, the same thing. Remember when I took all of the soldiers off of the border between Syria and Turkey, right? And everybody said, oh, that was 2 years ago. It was a long time ago. They said, oh, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. We're going to leave. Why do we have our soldiers between Syria and Turkey? Turkey can definitely take care of itself. I have a very good relationship with President Erdogan, and Syria's been fighting forever. And I say, why are we guarding their border? And I brought our soldiers back home. I got them out, and guess what? Nothing's happened. They've been fighting like they have been for 1,000 years, okay? Nothing's happened. And nobody mentions that. Everybody said, this is going to be a disaster. There's no disaster. Nothing's happened. And so we're getting out of the endless wars, and we are building a military the likes of which the world has never seen. $2.5 trillion we've spent, and we hopefully don't ever have to use it. But we want to focus on a much bigger picture, because we have a much bigger picture. It's when you look at what China's doing, when you look at what Russia's doing, when you look at what some other countries are doing, we want to be ready just in case there is a catastrophe. We don't want to see that. We don't want to ever use it. We've rebuilt our military, new missiles, new rockets, and new tanks, and new everything. $2.5 trillion, all made in the USA. And we've upgraded incredibly our nuclear capability, and some of our nuclear needed nourishment. It needed new strength, and we've upgraded it very, very significantly. I mean, to a level that nobody would even believe. And hopefully we don't. You pray to God we never have to use it. Okay? But we've never been in a position where we've been this strong. Please.
President, thank you so much. I wanted to ask you about the Middle East. I have a couple questions. You mentioned that other countries are interested in following suit
Yes,
after the
having to do with UAE and Israel.
Exactly. So
Correct.
do you expect that Saudi Arabia will join? And
I do.
Yes. And also the Emiratis have expressed interest in the F-35. Do you think that that should be something that they could look forward to in the future? Is there some
No,
sort
I
of
think
time
they'll,
delay?
I think, look, they've definitely got the money to pay for it. You know, it's nice because usually when a lot of times we make deals, they don't have 10 cents, these countries we deal with. We give it to them like, how about paying us back later? But they never pay because they don't have the money. No, they have the money, and they would like to order quite a few F-35s. It's the greatest fighter jet in the world, as you know, by far. Stealth. Totally stealth. You can't see it. Makes it very difficult. I was asking a pilot, what do you think is better? This one, that one? Talking about Russian planes, Chinese planes. He said, well, the advantage we have is you can't see it. So when we're fighting, they can't see us. I say, that sounds like a really big advantage to me. To these
Don't
guys,
want them
you know,
to
they
have
look, by the way, I said, to these pilots that I meet, they look better than Tom Cruise, and they're definitely tougher. And he's a nice guy. But these people are amazing, and I speak to them a lot about it. What do you think, you know, as I go around to the various places? I saved the big one in Florida as an example. That was a big one, knocked down pretty much by the hurricane. So I spend a lot of time on that. And it's the greatest plane in the world. One thing about that kind of thing, technology, high technology, a greatest plane doesn't last long. Somebody comes up with something else, but we're always the one to come up with something else. So, yeah, they'd like to buy F-35s. We'll see what happens. It's under review, but they made a great advance in peace in the Middle East. Even the New York Times thought it was an incredible deal. Can you imagine that? Tom Friedman had a very nice thing to say about it. I spoke to him about it. He thought it was terrific, and it is terrific. I see a lot of countries coming in fairly quickly, and when you have them all in, ultimately Iran will come into. There'll be peace in the Middle East. That'll be nice. Iran will be very much neutralized. They never thought this could have happened. And with the horrendously stupid Iran deal signed by Obama, this could have never happened.
Israelis are so.
On the Goodyear issue, you ride on Goodyear tires in the presidential limousine.
Correct.
If there were an alternative, would you want those tires swapped out?
Yeah, I would do that. I would swap them out based on what I heard. We'll see what happens. Look, you're going to have a lot of people not wanting to buy that product anymore, and they'll buy from a competitor. Made in the USA too. Okay, please go ahead.
Mr. President, excerpts from Obama's speech that he'll give later at the Democratic convention show that he says that he hoped that you would take being president more seriously once you had the job and discover reverence for democracy. And then he said, I quote, "but he never did." What is your reaction to that?
You know, when I listen to that and then I see the horror that he's left us, the stupidity of the transactions that he made. Look what we're doing. We have our great border wall. We have security. We have the UAE deal, which has been universally praised by people that aren't exactly fans of Donald Trump for various reasons. I don't know why. It can't be my personality, but they're not fans, right? And when I look at what we have, and I look at how bad he was, how ineffective a president he was so ineffective, so terrible. Slowest growing recovery in the history, I guess, since 1929 on the economy. Don't forget, until the China virus came in, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world. And now we're doing it again. I'm going to have to do it a second time. We're doing it again. Hard to believe. We're doing very well. You heard the numbers. They're way, way down on the virus. But when you look at the kind of numbers that we're producing on the stock markets, we're almost at the level. In fact, NASDAQ and S&P are higher than they were at their highest point prior to the China virus coming and the plague coming in. Now, President Obama did not do a good job. And the reason I'm here is because of President Obama and Joe Biden. Because if they did a good job, I wouldn't be here. And probably if they did a good job, I wouldn't have even run. I would have been very happy. I enjoyed my previous life very much. But they did such a bad job that I stand before you as president. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
All right, great patriots. As you guys saw, that was an amazing news conference. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell as we cover President Trump fully, completely. We don't just focus on rallies like the other guys, like the one trick pony. No, we cover everything that has to do with President Trump. No matter where he goes around the country or around the world, we are there with him to cover him fairly and completely here at Golden State Times. So thank you so much for your help and your support, sharing the stream, giving it a thumbs up, telling patriots about us here at Golden State Times. We are your news source, and we only answer to you. Nobody else. We don't answer to any corporations or nothing like Fox and all these. These guys answer to corporations. We only answer to you. So thank you so much for your help and your support. So make sure you guys please share this video on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab, and Reddit, and all of those. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and click that bell. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Gold, not Golden, Gold State Times for full coverage of everything that is going on in politics and with President Trump from the White House. Thank you so much, folks, and we will see you very soon. If you guys missed Kayleigh McEnany's press briefing Q&A, it should be coming up on your screen. I'll also pin it to the top of the comments. All right, folks, so that was for the video upload. That was an amazing news conference. That was really, really good. I told you guys that make sure you grab your popcorn because it's going to get good from now on. Really good. But let us know in the chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this news conference? It was very, very interesting. Thank you so much to all the patriots that helped us out through Super Chat and also through membership. Because of you, we're able to live stream this event to patriots all over the country and all over the world. So thank you so much for your help and your support. All right, so if you missed the Q&A with President Trump, we are uploading it onto the channel right now in case you guys missed it. Came in halfway towards the end or anything like that. But once again, this news conference was really good. One of the best ones I've seen so far, I believe. I thought some of the other ones were pretty good, but this one just took it. And it was really good. So if you're new to the channel and you're looking for a news network that has no opinion, no bobbleheads, no pundits, no airheads, no none of those people that tell you how to think or what to watch or what not to watch, if that is the type of news network that you're looking for, then welcome to Golden State Times. Because we are here to cover you, to cover the president for you, and to make sure that you stay up to date on everything that is going on at the White House. But this news conference, like I said, was really good. We are uploading it onto the channel right now. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Once we upload the video, I'll let you guys know in the chat in case you guys did not get notified, because YouTube is not sending out notifications today for video uploads. They actually have sent some notifications for live streams, which is good. Good, you know, that's a good start. But when it comes to video uploads, they have sent absolutely nothing. And it's very frustrating that that they're not sending notifications for video uploads. But thank you so much once again to all the patriots that helped us out through Super Chat and through membership. I'll be back on the microphone once the video has been uploaded onto the channel. That way you guys can check it out in case you missed it. Even if you didn't miss it, make sure you guys go and check it out. It helps out the channel immensely. And it helps out President Trump get his word out there, his message, because you know how it is with these people. They don't show everything like us. They only show bits and clips and pieces of what the president said and stuff like that, instead of actually showing the full thing like they're supposed to. So we show you the full context of everything that the president was talking about at this news conference. I'll be back on the microphone in just a few moments. All right, folks. So the video has been uploaded onto the channel. I don't know if it took, yeah, it took around 7 minutes. Okay, that's good. Didn't take too long. Yeah, it took around 7 minutes to get uploaded. That's very good, because usually these videos take a while, especially if it's 20 minutes long. It takes a little while, but guess what? It uploaded at lightning speed. I love it. All right, now, if they do good when it comes to uploading, why doesn't YouTube do good when it comes to notifying Patriots that we uploaded? I don't know. I really don't know. And now, even YouTube is starting to take away notifications when it comes to email. So no longer is YouTube going to send notifications to your email that's connected to your channel or to the account that you're using to chat in the chat section of the live streams. They're not going to be sending notifications anymore. Now they're just going to focus on push notifications, which most of the time they don't even send out anyways. It's so dumb. I don't understand it. I believe that the creator should have the ability to have 3 notifications a day every 24 hours. And we should have the ability to pick and choose what notifications get sent out. For instance, if I upload a video and I have 3 notifications that I can send, I can pick and choose if I'm going to send you guys a notification for this video. I should put, yes, I want this notification to go out. If I upload more than 3 videos a day, then obviously I'm only going to be able to get 3 notifications to be able to go out, and the rest of them are not going to get notified. I, the creator, should have that power, not YouTube, not the algorithm. But that's how it works here on YouTube. It's so frustrating. But I hope that you guys got notified for that video right now that got uploaded, because Patriots need to see it. It's very, very good. Very eye-opening on what's going on at the White House. And, regarding the whole QAnon thing, with President Trump, and also they talked in an interview to Gordon Hiddley. I believe that's his name. That's the deputy press secretary. The media also asked him about the exact same question. And he basically just totally dodged it. And he said, no, the president doesn't know anything about that. The president, it's this, it's that. He said a whole bunch of stuff. I'll put that in on Twitter so you guys can watch it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I'm going to retweet it on Twitter at Gold State Times so you guys can see exactly what he said regarding that question. So stay tuned for that, as President Trump got asked that exact same question in the press conference. So I'm sharing it right now on Twitter if you want to go see it, where they were talking to Hogan Gidley, that's his name, not Morgan. Hogan Gidley, which is the deputy press secretary of the White House, or now former, because I think he's leaving or he left already. But he talked about it. And he talked about President Trump and then the whole movement and stuff like that. So if you want to check it out, I'm retweeting it right now. He was on a what's it called? On a podcast talking about it. So once again, thank you so much for being the best part of Golden State Times. If you're new to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell. If you did not get notified by YouTube, I am putting the link to the video in the chat. I hope that you guys got notified by YouTube. But I'm putting the link to the video in the chat. I'm putting the link to the video right now in the chat in case you did not get notified. If you did get notified, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Did you get notified by YouTube? So, is it BOPE or BOPPE? That on in the chat says why GST doesn't use another platform or platforms. Well, there is none. When it comes to live streaming, there is absolutely no other platform other than Twitch, but that's mostly for video games and stuff like that. But there's absolutely no other platform when it comes to live streaming. None. Zero. And it's kind of bad. It's really bad that there is no other platform that we can use when it comes to live streaming. But since live streaming is so expensive to run, so extremely expensive, most of these small, social media networks that are coming out like Gab and Parler and others, they can't afford it. They can't. It's too extremely expensive for them to not only hold that much footage, especially in HD, and for them to be able to live stream, it's extremely expensive. So these smaller social media networks can't afford it. So we have to rely on YouTube for right now. I heard about that D-Live stuff. It's completely useless. It does not work. Trust me, I've tried it before. It does not work for what we do. It's completely useless. We can't use it. We wish we could. We wish we can go to D-Live and do this stuff on there. It's useless. It does not work. We tried it many times before, and it hasn't. Well, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but for me personally, it does not work. So that's why I do not use it. I'd like to give a big thank you to the Patriots that are letting us know if you got notified. We had Joseph telling us that he got notified. Let's see here. Who else? No notice from YouTube. GST used to get text. No text. Okay. Again, folks, the text message notifications. I've said this every single live stream already, but I'll say it again. The text message notifications got suspended. T-Mobile and Sprint will not allow us to send out text messages. It just won't. If I press send, it blocks it. It says that there's an error to I think it was 65% of our text message list. It got blocked. I cannot send any text messages at all anymore. So we have to suspend the text message notifications. We wish that we can send it. We were paying thousands and thousands of dollars every single month in order to send out text messages. We used to send between 200,000 to 400,000 text messages a month. 200,000 to 400,000 text messages. And all of a sudden, we get banned by T-Mobile and we get banned by Sprint. So if you have T-Mobile, if you have Sprint, you will not get them even if we were sending them right now. You will not be able to get them. It just sends us an error that says the text message cannot be sent. The text message cannot, the person cannot receive this text message or whatever error message that they were sending us. We contacted them and they told us to F off. That's pretty much what they told us, to F off. And now we're stuck with not being able to send out those text message notifications. But just in case you are wondering why we do not send text message notifications anymore, T-Mobile and Sprint banned us from being able to send out notifications to whoever is their carrier, is T-Mobile or Sprint. Now, Verizon was going to do the exact same thing. It was only a matter of time. Verizon was going to do the exact same thing, but T-Mobile and Sprint beat them to it. So that's how it is sometimes, folks. Crazy, crazy stuff. We want to give a big thank you for True Freedom USA. Thank you so much for your help and your support, Great Patriots. Thank you so much, Great Patriot, for True Freedom USA, for your help and your support. So, once we actually get this fixed, the whole text message notification being blocked and stuff, once we get that fixed, we'll go back to sending out notifications through text message. It worked out fantastic. A lot of Patriots loved it. We had over 10,000 Patriots sign up to our text message list, but then we got banned by T-Mobile and Sprint. So we don't know what to do. And if you have any ideas, let me know. Send me a message, gent@goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's gent, Gent, at goldenstatetimes.com. All right, folks, I'll see you very soon, bright and early tomorrow, for more coverage of President Trump. Don't forget, there's somewhat of a rally, not rally thing happening tomorrow with President Trump as he travels. And stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, folks. Have a good night. Thank you so much to the moderators for keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. And we will see you very soon. Once again, if you did not get notified by YouTube, click the link in the chat. Head over to the video, give it a thumbs up, share it on social media. If you saw the whole thing, the Q&A, then watch it again. It helps out the channel. If you share it, it helps out the channel. And it gets the word out there, and other patriots are able to see it who missed it live. So thank you so much for your help.